Hey everybody, itaewon, Sammy here. How you doing? I hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. 2022! How's it going? I hope everyone is just really happy and enjoying things. This video is going to go up probably end of January. This is a continuation series on visas. Working in Korea, life in Korea. So I hope this helps you. I hope you like it and enjoy it. So please click the like button, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see and hear. And if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, tell me why, and I'm going to try to get better. I do thank everyone who's subscribing and liking and enjoying my content. I'm doing it for fun, but I've been asked by people to help them. So that's why I'm doing these specific series on visas and working in Korea. So today's topic is the legal requirements once you get here to Korea. I belong to a Facebook group that I help moderate about problems that people run into working in Korea or living in Korea, and they're asking for advice and help. And here's the number one thing I say is, my elderly aunt and parents and everyone I've ever known who's older than me has always said the number one thing that you need to do, that you need to do to survive in this world is to cover your own butt. They said it in a different word. They used the A word, but basically you need to cover yourself, okay? Nobody's going to take care of you except you, okay? No one's going to look out for you. No one, okay? So ultimately, at the end of the day, the responsibility is yours. So please take responsibility for your life. Don't trust anyone. Don't believe anyone. Do it yourself. Find out for yourself. I just, it's common sense. And the problem is that a lot of people who come here, it's their first time out of their home country, their first real job, and they don't understand the legal responsibilities. So I'm going to talk about the legal responsibilities for every single visa holder that comes to Korea. It's not about tourists. These are about people who are coming here on visas, on working visas, student visas, holiday working visas, whatever. These are all your legal responsibilities. So prior to coming to Korea, you have to submit your documentation to the embassy in your country, the Korean embassy, with your passport to get your stamp. That is not your visa. That is your entry visa. That's not your visa. You have to go to immigration to get your permanent visa, which won't be a stamp in your passport, will be your ARC card, Alien Registration Card. They don't call it an Alien Registration Card, but the ARC name has stuck. It's called, now it's called something else, and I can't remember. They got rid of the word alien, and my new card I got last year says something different. Foreign National Card or Foreign Registration Card, something like that. Anyway, you need to do this. Don't wait for somebody else to do it, your boss, your partner, whatever. You need to contact immigration and set the appointment. You have 14 to 90 days or 30 days to get your registration. You need to go with your passport, your job contract, and your address, your lease. All of that information with your paperwork. Take everything. Take everything you submitted at the embassy and bring it with you. Because who knows what you will need. Like your medical check, your criminal background check, all that. Even though you got the stamp, just bring everything with you. It doesn't cost you anything to carry that material with you. So bring that all to immigration. Get your information updated, and they will issue you your alien registration card, which has your ID number. It's your ID. It's your ID in Korea. It's what you need for everything to work in Korea. Your cell phone, your housing, shopping online, everything. And make sure the name on the card matches the name printed in your passport. Last name, first name, middle name. Pelpola, Sam, Michael. Okay, that's where mine works. All in capitals. Because everything after that, your cell phone, everything has to match. Because in Korea, they use real name ID verification. And when you go to verify shopping online and it doesn't match your ID or your cell phone information, you're not going to be able to shop online, and it's going to cause you problems. So that's number one. Number two, if you are working, no, let's not even talk about working. If you have a long-term visa, you have 30 days to get your national health care. You have to pay, regardless of what you are doing, whether you're a student, holiday visa, whatever. If you are here on a long-term visa, longer than 90 days, I don't know how long it is, but it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I don't know. But if you're here longer than a set amount, let's say it's 90 days, you have to pay health insurance. Doesn't matter who you are. Students have to pay. Full-time workers have to pay. Now, I have to pay the national health care. I pay 50% and my company pays 50%, but it's still paid. Now, if there's an issue, here's the problem. If there's an issue with your national health care, they're going to come after you. And you're going to say, oh, my company's supposed to pay. No, they don't care. It's under your name. They're going to come after you. Okay, so remember that. The government doesn't care about your work contract. They care that you are a person in Korea who has to pay healthcare costs. It costs about $100 to $150 a month minimum for healthcare. So budget that. If you're a student, budget that. If you're here on a working holiday, okay? For me, because I work full-time at a company, they pay 100%. I don't have to worry about it. School teachers, they pay 50% and the company pays 50%. Okay? Number two, taxes. Make sure if you are under a contract, working contract, that you contact the tax office, your local tax office, they have English helpline, to find out how you are registered and if your taxes are being paid. Okay? Because again, the government's not going to care about your taxes not being paid by your employer. They're going to come after you because it's your name. Okay? There's a huge issue right now because private schools will register you as an independent contractor with the tax office to avoid paying taxes, right? But they still deduct it from you. Immigration won't care because they don't care. It's not their job. Okay? They'll tell you to go to the tax office. Tax office will say, well, we don't care because you are an independent contractor. You have to pay your taxes. The Ministry of Education and Labor won't care because it's not a violation of labor law because you were registered as an independent contractor. Okay? Yes, it's a violation of immigration law. Okay? But that's a different issue. We're talking about taxes here. So this is something you got to remember. The government doesn't care about contracts. The tax office. The tax office wants to get paid. Okay, how did they catch Al Capone? Not for the millions of murders he did, the hundreds of murders he did, not for all the shit he did. They caught him on tax evasion. Okay, it's a very powerful law. You can find yourself at the border trying to leave Korea because you have to go through immigration to get out of the country, and they say, oh, you have a tax bill, you have a healthcare bill, you can't leave until you pay that. Just last week, 7 million won, which is about 7,000 US dollars, they had to pay to get out of the country. Okay? They don't care. They don't care. You're going to miss your flight, pay the 7,000, you can get on your flight. Number 3, if you change your address, you have to notify immigration 14 days. You have 14 days to change your address. Very easy to do online. That's all you have to do is just submit the paperwork online, your new lease with your name, or if you're renting from someone and you're not on the lease, their lease and them signing a special form saying that you are renting from them, blah, blah, blah. You submit that paperwork online and you're good to go. Again, last month, somebody showed up at the airport. They hadn't, oh no, that was something else. Take control of your visa. Mark in your calendar. Do something Google Calendar or whatever you use and mark 90 days before your visa expires. Don't forget your visa expires. Every day that you're over, you pay a fine. I remember my first visa. No, one of my first tourist visas. Yeah, my first tourist visa was 90 days. So 90 days, in the passport it said 3 months, 6 months, 6 months. It didn't say 9, it didn't say 180 days. Sorry, I get a 6-month visa, 180 days, okay? So in the passport it says visa expires 6 months and today's date, and then it says 6 months from today. So they had wrote 6 months. So 6 months from, June 1 is January 1 or whatever, right? So I left the day before. And the guy says, oh, your visa expired yesterday. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He says 180 days. 180 days was yesterday. So you're 1 day over. And I'm like, what do you mean? It says 6 months. 6 months from July 1 is January 1 or whatever, right? I don't remember what day it was. And he's like, okay, and then he calls someone, he says, okay, next time remember it's 180 days. I go, well, next time your guy should write 180 days, not 6 months. Okay, how am I supposed to know it's 180 days when the legal document says 6 months? He goes, I understand, but, it's the law. And I said, okay, thank you for helping me, and I went on. But this is the thing, don't trust anyone. Find out the information yourself, okay? Make sure you cover your butt. You can get hit with a huge fine. I'm supposed to be fined and get a black mark on my thing, but they didn't. I've seen the stories of people show up at the border. They're the one. I see this one person said, "Oh, help me! I thought that my visa automatically renewed when my husband renewed because I'm a spousal visa." That's ignorance. All it does. It's online. All you got to do is enter your information online and it tells you when your visa expires and what you have to do. All you got to do is make one quick phone call. All right? Takes 30 seconds. Call 1345 immigration. What do I have to do? Here's my visa number. Can you help me? That's all it takes. And people neglect to take the time to cover their own butt. And 90% of the problems on the Facebook group that I belong to could be resolved 90% if people just made a phone call. If you just made a phone call. So when you land here, when you arrive here, make those calls. Call immigration. Call the health office. Call the tax office. Call your local community center. Okay? Now, you're going to have someone in Korean help you with this or call the English helpline. Okay? But cover your butt. Find out your status. What am I registered at? Am I being properly... Are you, the government office, properly being paid by my company? Am I paying you correctly? All right? Get all of that in order. Get your ducks in a row. Take care of your own business. Nobody else is going to take care of it for you. Don't trust anyone else. They're not out for your best interest. They're out for their best interest. And if it's an inconvenience to them, they're not going to do it. Okay? Because they don't believe that you have the capacity to do it or the knowledge. Okay? 90%, I'm telling you, 90% of the problems on this Facebook group that I belong to are because people trusted other people. Not because they're ignorant, not because they're careless or lazy, but because they trusted other people to do the things that they should have done themselves. Okay? Maybe it is a little bit of ignorance or naivety, but that's the truth, okay? So, please, people, take care of your business, okay? Be safe, be happy, be healthy. itaewon Sammy, King of Gangnam, I'm out.